Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? So, did anything happen on Tuesday whatsoever? 2022. Somebody was saying it was a palindrome or something like that. Same forward and backward. Anyway, try not to get too distracted by all of these things. For the most part, that's what they are. They're distractions. Just don't bother with it. Unless you really enjoy, sitting on the edge of your seat and drooling in anticipation that something will actually happen. Which is, not necessarily likely. Right? I posted something on Zuckerberg book about, it was a post by Archaics, and he was talking about how we're in a sim, we're in a hologram, we're in a virtual reality, we're in a choose your own adventure 3D avatar game. And some people were commenting and complaining a little bit about the idea of it being a sim. And they were saying maybe there are some aspects here that are simulated, but Mother Earth is real, and our souls are real, and natural, organic, biological entities, beings, and so on are real. So therefore, we should not give our attention to the sim or the hologram. First off, real itself as a qualifier term, I don't put a lot of stake in that term, honestly. Real, fake, truth, lies, organic, synthetic. These are just a bunch of dualistic, oppositional terms. It's not necessarily something that you need to hang your hat on in terms of absolutes, because that can be, of course, another tripping block. The way I like to look at it, and I usually take the point of view that I'm in a temporary situation with this particular reality, and at some point, whether or not it's something I orchestrate or the causal chain simply swoops me somewhere else, at some point I won't be here anymore. In this form, in this way, in this time, space, particular area. I won't be here anymore. And maybe it matters where exactly you are, which version of Earth you're on, whether it's holographic or whether you're on the dark side of the moon, or whether, we're piping our dreams from our slumbering bodies in Atlantis or in the halls of Amenti, and we're collectively imagining this place as a group hallucination. Maybe it's important. I'm not entirely convinced that it's that important, because no matter where you are, everything affects everything else. So if you're in organic Earth, or you're on organic Earth, well, guess what? The simulated Earths affect you still. And you would probably be wise to be aware of them. or it if there's only one, which I highly doubt. There could be nearly infinite parallel versions of Earth, and maybe they're not even somewhere else. Maybe it's just they're all sitting within each other, a frequency away from one another, like a bunch of Russian nesting dolls, and there really is just one Earth. That's a possibility also. The infinite can fit inside of the head of a pin if it needs to. The infinite is not limited, and it's also not limited to excessive differentiation. The infinite can also be finite. That's a part of infinite. So anyway, getting back to my original point, which is wherever you are, just check real quick. Like, look inside of yourself, feel around, try to find out if this looks like an optional like location where you're at, or whether you're kind of like planted here very firmly. If every time you go to sleep you're off in the dream world or the astral plane cavorting around and finding new adventures, and then you come back here, well then maybe you can see it's a little bit more fluid, and you're not necessarily stuck or rooted here. But maybe you are rooted here for whatever reason, whether it's for, the one we all love, personal growth, spiritual growth, character building. We love all those things, right? This makes us wonderfully happy to find out that we're growing as a person. But again, back to the original point, you are where you're at, wherever it is. You're there. And even if you manage to get out of whatever the there is, wherever there is, to some other there, well, guess what? You're going to have a bone to pick with some aspect of that one too. So it's not the realm's fault that you're dissatisfied with where you're at, and I'm not claiming innocence in this matter. This realm pisses me off on a daily basis, and I don't like many parts of it. Some parts are okay, some parts are nice, some parts are beautiful. But for the most part, it's a hell realm to me. But that does not mean that I should use that as a reason to play the victim. I'm here. Therefore, I must do things. Even if I like to meditate and just be in the moment and accept what comes through for the most part, that still doesn't change the fact that I'm here and I need to find a way to live here, to interact here, to be able to have things, to be able to do things, to be able to energetically move around, even within retarded, authoritarian, fascist dictatorship realms that are pretending very the pretense is a lot less now. It's very bad acting. They're basically just saying, yeah, you guys, you're the cattle and you're gonna do what we say, period, end of story. We don't even want to waste the energy to tell you that you're cattle. You should be able to figure that out. Although if you are cattle, then you're not gonna be able to figure it out. Because cattle doesn't know that they're cattle. Cows don't know that they're cattle. If they had the same type of awareness as humans, they would have put together a plan to sit on the farmer or tie him up or whatever, knock him down with a geyser of milk or something. They would have figured something out. And we're in a similar situation. It's not necessarily the same exact as the cattle situation, like cows, but there is something that controls humans, undeniably so, that does not have the human's best interest in mind in terms of the human's health, the human's ability to live and thrive on the face of the plane or the planet. So I got off on a little bit of a tangent, but the main point was, we're here. You are here. You're most certainly here. And you're free to explore what you think this place is. There's many people who have tried to figure it out. I don't think anybody actually knows for sure. To me, it feels like a mix. It's like a biological, synthetic, biologically infused, synthetic simulacrum type of matrix system. That's what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel like it feels like it pivots around my own movements and motions. And I'm not talking about solipsism. I'm just talking about it feels like a first player shooter game where you're not just running around shooting. You're just literally, you have the first person point of view and the reality forms itself around you as you're moving. That's how it feels to me. And whether or not I'm okay with that doesn't seem to be the most important part of it, because I'm here. So therefore I must work and interact within the thing that I'm presented with. It's not easy. It's very difficult here, especially if you're alive. Even more difficult. But it doesn't change the fact that you're here. I'm thinking of doing a little bit. I'm not gonna go like full hog on this idea, but being that I'm teaching chess now, I got Fridays off from work. I already have a couple a couple students who have committed, paying students. I have a couple more in the works. I haven't even put that much word out, so I'm happy with the results I've gotten. But I would like to do this also with you all people. If anybody's interested, I don't know if they are. I don't know if anybody has money to pay. I don't know what I would charge, but I would like to float the idea of one-on-one sessions if somebody feels called to do something like this with me, where I will help you and go through your current exact situation and look for weaknesses in your plan, just like chess. Like with my chess students, I go through their games, I see how they play, I see what they notice, what they didn't notice, I see the blind spots, and I help them work on their game. And that's exactly how I would do it with this realm. I see this realm as a game. It's a video game with real effects. There's real emotions. There are real avatars going around and doing actual things. Regardless of whether it's a video game or not, it doesn't matter.